Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing for you. And today we are going to be talking about the brand new Funko Pops for the brand new Monsterverse movie. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, just came out this past weekend, and I did get a chance to see it on Sunday. I'm finally getting my chance to be able to sit down, show off some of the pops that I was able to pick up from the movie, and also talk a little bit about the movie, give my thoughts, my little review on it. And I know this is a little bit late to the game, but I still wanted to give out my thoughts on the film and also show off all of the Funko Pops from this wave. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, if you guys are new to the channel, you do enjoy Funko content, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. It does make a massive difference. And if you ever want to miss a video, you can always hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram. That is in the description down below. Now, Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire is a movie I've been anticipating a ton, especially since I'm a huge fan of both King Kong and Godzilla, and I really did enjoy the last movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. I thought it was really fun just seeing those two titans go up against each other, and I have overall enjoyed the Monsterverse. I loved the first Godzilla movie. I love Kong Skull Island, and I did somewhat enjoy Godzilla King of the Monsters. I like seeing all the different monsters in there, but there were some weak parts. Pretty much all of the weak pieces of the last couple movies, being King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, have been the human parts. But for this one, I thought they had a chance to do something a little bit different, and from the trailers, it looked like they were going to be focusing a lot on the monsters, and they absolutely delivered that. They gave us a story about Kong, and Kong is the main character of this film. It's really about him wanting to find his place, but then of course there's all of these other crazy things building out this Monsterverse world, spending more time in Hollow Earth that we explored in the last movie, and also exploring what Titans mean in this world as well. I think they did a great job showing all of that. Of course, the thing that everyone goes to these movies for is the big monster action. They delivered on that as well. Some great fights, some really fun things that I never thought I would see, especially seeing Godzilla and Kong running next to each other, and even Kong riding on Godzilla's back. And yes, there are some really silly things in this movie, and especially some of the characters, like some of the human ones, play it off very silly, but still, I think it's just perfect for the type of movie that they were trying to make, and I really enjoyed this one. Actually, one of my favorites of the entire franchise. Now that I have my thoughts on the movie out there, let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at some of these Funko Pops that were released for this film. They released a ton of them, just like they did for Godzilla vs. Kong, but I really like the ones that they released for this movie. And when we're talking about these pops, we definitely have to start with the main character, in my opinion, of this movie. Even though his name is not first in the title, he's definitely the biggest character, and that is Kong. I really do like this pop, especially with some of the details on there. Definitely a cool one. And they took the time to make sure they made it different than the Godzilla vs. Kong one. You definitely tell some difference in the details, like he has a lot more gray hair in this one because he definitely is a lot older. He has more scars, especially on his chest. But the big difference you see is that power arm. Of course, in the movie, and they do show it in the trailer, they do give him a little bit of an upgrade, and that is used in a really cool way throughout the rest of the movie. And if they make a little 4-inch size Kong, you know Funko had to follow it up and make an even bigger one, and so they decided to do a 6-inch Kong right here. It is the same exact figure except much larger, and that makes it look even cooler as you see even more of the detail. I think with the bigger version, it just works way better for Kong because he is huge in person. So when you put him next to some of the other pops, it definitely fits in well. And in my opinion, he looks even cooler as a bigger figure. And now our next pop is going to be the character that did get top billing, at least for the title, and that is our boy Godzilla. It's definitely a cool pop, and something that I thought they did a great job with for Godzilla vs. Kong. They actually detach the fire so they can keep it in the box in the back instead of having to make it a bigger figure. And I think it works really well here. And I really like the updates with this Godzilla. Of course, he's overall going to look the same, but he has some great detail, especially with the mouth and the teeth and everything and the scales. But having the pink all over as well instead of blue really does look awesome. And you know, if Kong had to get a 6-inch figure, of course Godzilla had to as well. But this time it's actually slightly different. He's in a little bit of a different pose where it looks like he's kind of stepping forward. He does not have the fire breath on this one. Although it would have been really cool to see an even bigger fire breath Godzilla, it still looks pretty awesome. I do like how Godzilla looks like he's in attack mode. He's stepping forward, his claw going forward as well. You still have the tail sweeping around the side with some amazing detail with those pink scales going all the way up. And speaking of Godzilla, we do have one more Godzilla pop. And this one, I love the figure, but the box is very questionable. You'll see what I mean right here. And this is the sleeping Godzilla. And I gotta say, I just love this pop right here. I love that he's sleeping. He's so adorable, especially when you take it out of the box. You'll see how adorable he is, but you can tell there's just a lot of space in this box. Why did Funko decide that they needed to make it this big of a box? You could have used this 4-inch box, put him in sideways or something, maybe even make it a sideways box like this. You did not need to make it this much room inside the box. But when you look at the figure, he is really cool. Absolutely love this one. Again, with all of the pink, I just like that color on him. But he is laying down, and if you saw the movie, there are multiple moments in the movie where he does lay down in the Coliseum. I think that is just so much fun. That was hilarious in the movie. Now, I think one of the things that set this movie apart from the previous entries in the Monsterverse was the villain. Now, of course, the last movie in Godzilla vs. Kong, having Mechagodzilla, that was absolutely crazy. Although it did kind of feel like it came out of left field while in the context of the story. This one just felt right, and the villain was just really cool, kind of had a personality. And that villain is the Scar King, and although the Funko Pop does not do the actual movie version justice, he is really an ugly guy in this one. He is kind of ugly in the movie, but I think he looks a whole lot better in the film. But I think one of the things that they do bring across in this pop is how vicious he is in the movie. You can see just his fur, that it's all kind of ripped up and everything. It is very uneven, but it's also completely red because he is bathed in the blood of all of the apes and other monsters that he's killed over the years. Blood all over him like it's war paint. He even has kind of like some teeth and a skeleton over his shoulder. He actually uses it as a weapon throughout the movie too. He was actually a really great villain, and I think one of the reasons why this movie worked so well. And now Scar King was not the only new monster that was introduced in the movie. We also got one that actually worked with Scar King, was kind of under his control, and that is Shimu. Now Shimu is super cool. He's kind of like a ice breath monster, but he's just a really cool design. I actually really like the pop version of this as well, although if he was a little bit bigger, that would have worked. But definitely a really cool design here. Again, all the detail with the scales and the horns, even having these sharp teeth. And then he even has the detachable ice breath that he uses in the movie. And our final figure that we have for today was another new character introduced in this movie. He was really cute throughout and actually really funny. This is little baby Zuko, who is actually a mini Kong, as he was referred to throughout the movie, and kind of did play as Kong's son in a way. Definitely a really fun kind of father-son relationship, or at least a found family relationship throughout the movie. But Zuko was actually a really nice character. Now the pop itself isn't super crazy. It just kind of looks like a normal monkey, especially where it's a 4-inch, pretty much the same size as Kong or Scar King would be in the 4-inch box. But the character in the movie makes me enjoy the pop a little bit more. But the one thing they did was make him look sad, which he was constantly throughout that movie. Sad, scared. You see the mouth there and the eyes, making you feel a little bit sad for this tiny monkey who's actually pretty big compared to humans. So that's all of the pops that we have for today, but I actually am missing a couple figures from this set, which I did decide to skip out on. One of them actually got released during TargetCon earlier this year, and it was another Kong figure. This one, he did also have the power arm as well. I'm not sure what other differences there were, but that was an exclusive over at Target. And then over on the Funko shop, there was an exclusive Scar King on Throne. That one did look pretty cool. He did look a lot more lanky, which gave him a lot more kind of breadth to his size and everything. And after seeing the movie, I do kind of like that one, but probably not one I would pick up because it's a little too big for my collection to have another piece like that you'd want to have out on display. There we have it, guys. There's our look at the brand new Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire Funko Pops. Those unboxings and also my thoughts on the movie. Again, I really enjoyed it. I actually enjoy a lot of these pops as well, so I'm definitely happy we were able to pick them up and show them off for you guys and talk about this film. I really hope they continue to make these Monsterverse movies. I think they've done a great job so far. I think Adam Wingard really fits just the right tone and just the right visuals that we need for this type of movie. So hopefully he's continuing to be involved going forward. I can't wait to hear what comes next. Now, I do want to throw it over to you guys. What do you think about Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire? Did you get a chance to see the new movie? What are your thoughts on that? And also, what do you think about these new Funko Pop? Did you pick up any for your collection? I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on all this in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. And of course, you can always hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.